Jim, in our discussion of site surveys and designing a bill of materials for a customer, we're eventually going to get to the head end where we have to have some type of video management system. We have discussed and we know all these appliances on the network. We have encoders, we have decoders, we have cameras, also a workstation. So these are the appliances on the network, part of our video management system, and now we have to take into account those devices when we design our head end. Now, some appliances in the industry do not require any licensing. And that's what I want to talk to you about, is licensing requirements as part of our conversation in system design. Some appliances and viewing softwares require no licenses, so that immediately can be a big help. Yeah. But let's talk about the larger systems, which you get involved in quite frequently, what we typically think of as enterprise class. These all require appliance licensing.
Yes, device licensing, whether it's a mobile phone connection or, like you said, a workstation, the old school keyboard, universal, whatever different devices that you're going to attach to that VMS is going to require a license.
So that's interesting, even a keyboard, because we usually think of just cameras, maybe workstations, but keyboards also. So it's all these devices that are going to be connected to the network have to have a license in an enterprise class system.
That's correct.
Okay, so in our system design and discussion on developing a bill of materials, we have to know all the appliances that are going to be on the network.
Yes, that would be
servers,
very helpful.
workstations, okay, so that's part of the conversation. I'm also aware of an industry common component called SMAs. And actually in the whole IT networking world, SMAs are very prevalent. Tell me about, what is an SMA?
It's a software maintenance agreement. It helps to future-proof you towards newer versions of software and newer devices that are developed as technology grows. 5 years ago, an earlier version of Bosch Video Management System would not know what a panoramic camera was, but the new version does. So for you to be able to put that camera on your system, you need to have your SMAs current.
Great. So the system that we are deploying at a customer and designing that bill of materials for, we want to be able to have a path to keep it current.
Yes.
So that a future technology, future hardware can be added very easily. And so we have to calculate in licenses, VMS licensing, appliance licensing, but we also have to add software maintenance agreement licenses.
Yes.
So also for future-proofing our system along those lines, smart system design, do some of the customers you work with actually allow for some expansion in their initial design?
Yes, that's very common. 10 to 15% more
growth into the system.
Growth into the system, so that they can immediately add 5 cameras and not have to worry about licensing and applying those licenses and getting everything to work the way it should. It should already be ready to go.
We see that in design, that as good as we try to be and attempt to design the system properly, there may be an additional camera or two that we need, or somebody decides they want a workstation and have a viewing system on their workstation. So we've got that figured in. Well, Jim, I appreciate it. It just it tells us how important it is. Once we've designed all of the appliances on the system, we also have to take into consideration whether VMS licensing is required or not, and which ones we need. As always, once you have this conversation and you have an idea of what the customer is trying to accomplish, you can reach out to the Mid-Atlantic and Chesapeake marketing team, and we can develop a bill of materials, the right licensing. We do have Bosch Video Management System, which is a very robust platform, but we also have a very open architecture that allows us to work with a lot of the third-party software manufacturers in the industry. So either way, we're happy to develop that system for you.